Hello there, Pisces. Welcome back to Misfits of the Zodiac. My name is Ace. I am doing a mid-monthly for Spooky October. The intention behind this is that these are messages from your ancestors or your guides, okay? So I picked one card from your recent past. You had three come out for your current energy and one come out for your future. You also have one card that came out for your oracle card to kind of summate everything, and I actually needed two clarifier cards to help me best serve you, really. I just needed some clarity on something, and we'll get to that. But let's get started. So in your recent past, it seems like you've been on some sort of a team, whether this is family or at your job. And you guys were all working together. Everything was copacetic, right? Everything was working in tandem. Everybody was bringing their A game, and you guys were figuring it out. And then something happened in your present energy, or is potentially happening to you right now as you're watching this reading. So your recent past, like I said, everything was copacetic until it wasn't, okay? So your present energies, you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords, and the Moon, okay? So the energy that I got from this is that you're very discerning. You know what needs to be done, to the point of you tend to be a leader, and you tend to know just what to do to sign off on a project. And by that I mean to see it through to the finish line. People work with you, and they help you achieve those goals, but you tend to be the thought leader, if that makes sense. You come up with the ideas that kind of help get a project to the finish line. And I kind of feel like someone might have potentially stabbed you in the back, okay? They either stole an idea from you and claimed it as their own, or there was some sort of transgression where someone, maybe they are talking behind your back, or they are either jealous or they are nervous that you're going to take their job, and so they're sabotaging you in some way, okay? And I feel like in the present moment you're having this like moon, with this moon card, there's an unconscious feeling that's driving you, okay? And when someone backstabs us, or someone like goes behind our back and does something that's painful or hurtful, sometimes our first inclination is to lash out. I do feel, though, because you are in this very Queen of Swords regal kind of vibe, I feel like that's beneath you. Okay, so what this card is telling you is that you may not know who it is at first, but I feel like because of the cards that are coming, the truth will come out. And the less you are attached to the truth coming out, and the more you are in your own regal vibe, and you're not letting your unconscious like ego get in the way, the more your team will trust your better judgment and trust your ability to be balanced in a situation, and not let someone's backstabbing trigger you into doing something that's beneath you, let's just say. Because I feel like sometimes people do that to trigger us, to get us to have an emotional response, and then they point at it and they're like, see what they did? They don't deserve to be where they're at, because they can clearly not contain their emotions, or they're clearly not capable of the position that they're in. Okay, do you follow what I'm saying? So I feel like the more you can be in this regal position of like accepting the pain, letting it move through your body, being aware that someone did what they did, even if you don't know who it is, the truth will come out. But the more that you're able to acknowledge that you are above this BS, and that it's really not worth your time, because you are the asset, okay? So your mind and your ability to lead a team is the asset. So don't let them wreck that for you, if that makes sense. In your near future, you have the Hierophant. I feel like the Hierophant in this particular reading is telling me, again, you are the key, but also that the higher ups, even if it's you, eventually the truth is going to come out, and you are, if you can stay within the company rules and rise above it and not stoop to their level, and you just continue to be copacetic, you continue to show up for your job, you continue to be yourself, you continue to stay calm when things get kind of crazy, you're going to look to the right people as the person to be in charge, because you're not letting someone undermine that. Does that make sense? Okay, so your oracle card is Haunted. I feel like these little hands really stood out to me on this card. It feels to me like people are trying to get your attention. People are trying to grab at you because you have something they don't have. And so that is what I think the sabotage is about. Not self-sabotage. The sabotage, that backstabbing energy of the Ten of Swords is. And I feel like if you can reserve your energy and your mind to focus on the task at hand and not on these hands that are trying to grab at you, you're not going to be haunted by this person. They're trying to haunt you. Does that make sense? They're trying to get at you. They're trying to attack your integrity. They're trying to undermine you in front of others. And people are going to see that, especially if you stay calm, because there's not going the energy's not going to be there. They're looking for a fight, and you're just like, it's fine. If that's what you're choosing to do with your time, you do you. While you're focusing on sabotaging me, I'm continuing to move forward and be the badass that I am. Does that make sense? Okay, and this is why I feel that way. I had to pull 2 cards, like I said, to kind of clarify this energy. You have the Fool and you have the Justice. That tells me that you're moving on, baby. Like, this Fool card, he's like, you know what? I'm on to the next. I'm on to the next cycle. I'm on to the next project. I'm not going to be haunted by you. Okay? I'm not going to choose. Also, I'm feeling the need to say this. In the description for this card, they are talking about the poltergeist. Poltergeists are noisy spirits. Okay? So, again, I feel like this person is the poltergeist. They're trying to rattle you, and you're just staying stoic. The more stoic you can be, the more you're just like, okay, unbothered. I'm in my unbothered phase. I'm not letting you get to me. Don't let the poltergeist catch up to you, because you're going to move on to another cycle, and justice will prevail, okay? It will rise to the surface. Right now with this moon energy, people are like, where did that come from? Who did this? Where did this, who is the stealer in the camp? Who is the vigilante? Okay? It will come out, and you don't need to focus on that. You don't need to focus on on outing this person. They will either out themselves, or the truth will emerge in some fashion. So the more, again, you can stay in your own power, the better off you will be. Okay? And I feel very strongly about this. You got this. You know what you're doing. You are a natural leader in this team. And the more you can embody that energy and just let this other person just do whatever they're going to do, they're going to spiral out of control. And you're going to be able to see justice prevail. So try to stay calm right now, even though it's triggering, and don't let them haunt you, okay? I hope that this helped, and I'm so glad that I was able to fit in a mid-monthly for you guys for the month of October. It's my favorite month. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween, and it's safe and enjoyable, and I will see you next month for your monthly reading. Bye, guys.